Jalen, tell us, how did you get into boxing?
Well, I started off boxing when I was 5 years old. My dad got me into it, but he took me out because I was fighting in school and stuff. But one way or another, I always knew I would get back into boxing because I know this made for me. Like, this is what I do.
And so, what does it mean to you, boxing?
I mean, boxing means everything to me. It's an outlet for, like, some people go to counselors, some people go to gyms. It's like kind of like counseling, but at the same time, it's my way out. But, boxing is everything. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life for me.
And what would you like to tell the other youth? There's a lot of children. Are you from the D.C. area?
No, I'm from Maryland, but I fight out of D.C.
Okay, but there's a lot of students right now who are in school. Sometimes they get into fights and things like that. What would you like to tell those kids today? Like, what's your source of inspiration? What would you like to tell them?
It's a lot of kids like that come to the gym. They come to the gym, build relationships with guys like me and the coaches too, and then they get out of trouble, but they know how to fight when they need to, so they don't have to get in trouble all the time. It's a good influence on boxing.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Ready, always.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kiani Paranda.
Kiani, so I heard they told me about your position a little bit. Tell us about your ranking.
I'm ranked number 4 in the country at 70 pounds.
Perfect. And how did you get into boxing?
My dad brought me to the boxing gym one day. I like boxing, so I started doing it.
And what does boxing mean to you?
Kind of what I want to do for my life.
You want to build a career out of it?
Yeah.
Perfect. And what are you expecting for today's fight?
I'm trying to win today.
Okay, are you excited? Ready to go?
Yeah, I am.
All right, and your overall experience in boxing, how has that been?
It's been ups and downs, but I'm okay with it.
And you're a very young boxer. Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years?
Maybe number 1 ranked.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so we just spoke to Kiani, and joining me today is his father. Can you please tell us your full name?
Emmanuel Walker.
Emmanuel, you are Kiani's coach and trainer, correct?
Coach and father.
Okay, coach and father. So tell us a little bit about how the training process goes with Kiani on a daily basis.
Being his father is a little difficult. You have to separate being his father and being his coach sometimes, and it gets a little testy. And he's getting older, and he gets a little, a little raw sometimes. But overall, it's just great spending time with my son.
Were you in the boxing industry when you were younger, or are you still in it now?
No, I was in boxing when I was older, and I've also dabbled in other forms of combat, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, karate, and it's just a hobby of mine, combat sports.
And where does your source of inspiration for boxing come from?
I grew up with Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. I've loved boxing for many years. I've always been a student of the game, and it's just something that I hold dear.
Okay. So boxing, what does it mean to you personally, in other words?
To me, it's fun. I never tried to make a career or anything out of it. It just, was a way to, like the gym, kind of, lifting weights and stuff, like to get your frustrations out and clear your mind and things like that. It was like therapeutic for me.
So as you know, this summit is based on gun violence. A lot of kids are in the streets sometimes getting involved with gun violence. What would you like to tell the youth today? And your son, he is also very young. What would you like to tell the youth that are watching us today?
I believe in the right to bear arms. I take my son to the range and I train him properly. And I just think being irresponsible with firearms is very dangerous. Adults should not have children around firearms. They should educate children how serious a firearm is, and it can be fatal. That's just the most important thing about it. Once a bullet is delivered, it does not come back in the gun. So it's about education and responsibility first and foremost.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My name is Amir Salim Brown.
Okay, and you are fighting today, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And you are?
I'm his coach, Darius Moore.
Darius?
Darius Moore. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So tell me, when did you start boxing?
Probably in May of 2019.
Okay. And what does boxing mean to you?
Boxing it means a lot to me because to me, all sports are an escape for young people to express themselves.
In your overall experience, how has boxing helped you? You know, you're very young, right? So how has boxing helped you in your personal life and in your professional life right now? You're starting very young your career in boxing. So can you tell us your overall experience?
It's had a very good impact on me. It's made me tougher. It's made me think about things different, and yeah.
What would you like to tell the youth out there right now? You know, the people that are exactly your age or a little bit older. What is your advice for them?
Don't worry about what's going on now because you got a lot of time ahead of you.
Perfect. Thank you. And coach, so you're training him. Tell us how the training process is for him. What do you do on a daily basis? And how do you prepare him for fights like this?
We pretty much just stick to the drawing board, whatever I see from previous fights. We just go off of that all. Pretty much mostly things that we didn't like in the fight, not more so what we do like. We like to work on all of our mistakes, and then we just go from there.
Are you a previous boxer?
Yes, man.
Okay. Are you still fighting right now?
I'm not fighting right now, but I used to fight. I had 115 amateur fights, 11 losses, did all the tournaments all over the United States, so now I'm giving it back.
Okay. And what does boxing mean to you?
Boxing mean a lot to me. For me, I know I learned a lot of just control, self-discipline from boxing. So I definitely want to give it back to the youth because I think it's a good thing.
And your source of inspiration, where does it come from?
My dad and all the other former boxers besides me, Roy Jones Jr., Lamont Peterson, a lot of other fighters that, I came across just during the time that I was fighting.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. And as you know, this event revolves around gun violence and how our youth sometimes is involved in those altercations of gun violence. What would you like to tell our youth right now, everyone that's watching this video, in regards to gun violence?
Put the guns down, pick the gloves up.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. And we're still interviewing boxers here today. Darius, we have another of your students here. Tell us your full name for the camera, please.
Jamel Walker.
All right, Jamel, tell us, where does your source of inspiration come from for boxing? Why do you get inspired for boxing? Like, who inspires you? Do you have family that does that?
My coach.
Okay, and what does boxing mean to you?
Good.
Good?
It means a lot. Say it means a lot.
It means a lot.
It means a lot. So wait, your coach inspires you. What about your coach inspires you? What do you see him do on a daily that you enjoy and you're like, man, I want to be a boxer one day. I want to grow up to, fulfill my career in boxing?
That he was a good fighter. And
That's good. Good fighter.
and he won a lot of fights. He's in the amateurs.
Are you excited today?
Yes.
Today's fight? What are you expecting?
What you expecting to do when you fight today?
You want to win?
Yeah, I'm going to stop him.
All right, can you show us some moves for the camera? Throw some moves over there. Okay. All right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.